Hi, my name is West Givner. I'm an American national, ex-military, and I live in Rotterdam. Very proud of that fact, actually.
And you have a store called Gamers of the West.
That's right.
How did you come up with this store? What is it about, first of all?
Gamers of the West is an analog store, so it's an analog store, not a video store. So if it has anything to do with video, we don't do it. But if it has anything to do with anything else, we do. Dice, cards, classic games like Monopoly or Risk, but also Magic or Pokemon, these kind of things. That's what we do. Oh, and D&D.
What is in D&D?
D&D is Dungeons and Dragons, so it's role play. So if you were going to be, you could put yourself in the guise of a wizard, a dwarf, an elf. Classic role play.
And what kind of people come to the store?
Gamers. Basically, Rotterdam has a nice, healthy understructure of gamers, and they can feel welcome here. So basically, this is a bar and/or lounge for gamers.
With alcohol?
Without, I don't think they need to drink.
Why didn't you started this store in America? Why in Holland?
I happen to be here. Kind of went like this. I came here in 1991 to pick up a tank and met a lovely young lady and decided to start up a family, and I needed a job, and a friend of mine said, your Dutch is poor, it's very bad, so there's a place, oops, there's a place, and they actually, uh, sorry,
West.
cut that piece, wait a minute, I'll turn it off.
Yeah, cool. Are you an addict?
Define addict.
Like a smartphone addict?
Most deaf. Everyone is a smartphone addict. If you have one, you're addicted. That's the point. You ever see someone when they lose their smartphone? It's like a crack fiend. Everyone's an addict. What was I speaking about? Oh yeah, why I started the business.
1991.
Yes. So at that time, there was a store opening. It was called the Games Workshop, and it still exists here in Rotterdam on Van Barneveldsplatz. That's free promotion. And I went there. A friend of mine suggested I should go there looking for a job. So I went there, and I knew nothing about the hobby. I wasn't a hobbyist on any level. So it was all Greek to me. And I walked in, and there was a man standing here who I'm still friends with today, Jay Weinfeld. And he told me, listen, I see you know nothing about this, and you just came out of the army. If you want this job, I guarantee you can have it. And so I started working there, and I started learning about Games Workshop products, etc., etc. As time went on, I parted with Games Workshop, and I started working independently for myself. And then you start dealing with other things: Magic, Pokemon, Dungeons and Dragons, Yu-Gi-Oh, Privateer Press, and I rented the store here, and the rest is history, really.
And what are your future plans when it comes to this store?
My future plans. A lot of people ask me that. To be honest, really honest, I'm at the apex of my plans as far as the store is concerned. I don't actually want to do anything else. With the current climb, I don't have a feeling to open a second store. A lot of people want 5 stores, 6 stores, da 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 da. It's not that kind of hobby, I think. I think it's really difficult to run a store like this because your presence is very important to what's going on. And I think that you can only really have the infrastructure can only be so big.
What do you mean when you say your presence is very important?
I think that the people in the store really expect the sellers and the owner to really know about the hobby. So that means all the small games that you see, I know a little bit about everything. I'm a jack of all trades, so I'm not an expert in any given one, but I know about all of them. And if someone comes in and, by example, they ask for goblins for Warhammer, and you have a layman from the street that just sells the game, the only thing you can say is, well, somewhere in the corner, we might have it. Whereas you have to have the ability to say, oh, the goblins, do you want the goblins from the last set, from this set? Do you want hobgoblins? Do you want goblin wolf riders? Etc., etc. So you have to know a bit about it. That is actually huge. So in essence, you must also be a gamer to work in this store.
So you are a gamer.
Yes, I'm a gamer.
Okay, gamers of the West. What if someone is watching this video right now and he or she feels like I really would love to own my own store one day? Do you have like words of encouragement and advice for them?
Yeah, marry a rich person.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, you know what it is? I really love what I'm doing, and I love the freedom of it and what's going on. But to be honest about it, it's a break-even business. So you'll never see me driving a Mercedes or something like this, but you will see me very happily walking down the street, you know, loving what I'm doing. If you want to start a store for yourself, uh, be motivated. Really get in deep, understand what you're doing, and make yourself indispensable to your own company.
Thank you so much for this interview.
You're very welcome.